Matthew Huerta, and he's gonna do an interview. He wants to share a happy holiday with all of you.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Matthew Huerta and welcome to Matdog's Christmas, a part of Matdog's podcast. This is now my second guest. This is Miss Alani Berlanga.
Hi,
so
guys.
She's technically a cousin from another mother. You know how they usually say like sisters from another mother, or what is it called? What does that say? Sister from another mister, or what's the freaking saying?
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the saying right now. I know what you're talking about.
Point is, we're technically not like directly related. She's a cousin of a cousin, but we've always called each other cousins ever since then. Mm-hmm. We were supposed to be joined by the actual cousin that keeps us in between.
But he's sick.
Yeah,
he's
but
sick.
Unfortunately, he's sick. Low-key, we're all getting sick because of the holiday season, so stay safe out there. But originally, it was supposed to be us three. So now it's just us. So it's shifted a little bit, but it's not a downer because we still have a lot of interesting topics, especially to get to know our family dynamic, especially considering since we did kind of grow up together. How old were you when we met?
I mean, I think my mom started having birthday parties and we would all go to Mexico all the time. So I think around 5, you guys started going to birthday parties. So like Matthew was saying, we aren't blood related, but our families have always like joined each other's parties, like any gatherings. So I think we've always been part of each other's life ever since I think at the age of 5. I mean, you're younger than me?
I'm just a year younger than you.
Yeah. But ever since then, and of course, I mean, we didn't hang out that much, even though when we were younger. I think we did start hanging out more when we were like teenagers. I mean, when we started maybe driving around, and I mean, we would go to Halloween together. Your mom, you wouldn't go with us, but my mom would pick you guys up. So it was like little things like that. And now that we're older, I mean, we drive, we're able to go on trips.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's for sure evolved to a whole other relationship to the point where, I mean, I think our official meeting ground was when our mutual cousin actually had gone to the hospital. And I think that's when we officially actually started hanging out from there on out. But it's crazy how it's one of those things where, I mean, it's part of a Mexican culture. Literally, it's just we have a big family. So whether we knew it or not, we were already hanging out. But I always thought she was so cool, but I thought she wouldn't like me. I don't know why. But point is, she loves me now. So that's why she's here.
I do.
But I did want to kind of ask, I guess like growing up, I know there's a lot of memories. What's one thing that sticks out to you? Like just kind of like, I guess in the times we've hung out together.
I think you might agree on the same thing. It's when we had Easter.
Yeah. Wait, you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh my God. Okay, so like just a little context for that. My grandpa has a big ranch. Back then in Mexico, it wasn't a lot of money. Of course, it took a lot for him to work for it, but it's for sure like it's like a 20-acre ranch?
I think so, yeah.
So point is, we had like hundreds of eggs, and it was a big Easter, like huge, like literally like imagine a field of corn was like just to us, and it was.
But it wasn't just like confetti. Yeah. Like it was not eggs filled with confetti.
Yeah.
It was actual eggs, confetti's filled with flour, with mayo, ketchup. So it was. I think almost all of my family went, including my grandma from my dad's side. Keep in mind that we're related because of my mom.
Yeah.
And just because of that, but I mean, almost everyone went from family that isn't that close to y'all's family. So it was a big party. It was a big party, and it was super fun. And I guess that's where we interacted like so much. Like even the adults were in it. So I think everyone was so involved, and it was like such a good time they were having. So I mean, I guess right now when we're older, we have other things to do. It's not the same thing. And of course, our parents are getting older, our grandparents are getting older, so it's not the same thing as how it was before. So I think it was one moment that we all cherished together and we enjoyed. So I think it was one memory that it really like stood out for me.
That's crazy because I actually did not know you were there. Like it's just like my family always brings that up, and I think right now we're in the position of like who's gonna take over the holidays. Like for example, for my side of the family, my grandma was actually the one who would always be the one doing the nacimiento and stuff, like doing the typical Christmas tradition. And now that's like me. So, and I feel like that's kind of the role that everyone's taking on now.
It's passing
especially with the ranch, because that ranch is literally abandoned now. Literally, the house is completely, it's been robbed and stuff. Like, it's in the middle of nowhere. No one maintains it anymore. So it's just one of those things, like, holding on to those memories is hard now, but it's just fun to look back at. Because that's something I think would heal our inner childs of being able to go back and stuff.
For sure. I mean, I wish we could do the same thing, but I mean, like I was saying, we're all busy.
Yeah.
We have school, we have work. It's not the same thing to like, oh, let's all go this day, but we can't. Like, unfortunately, we can't. But I mean, I wish we could. Honestly, I wish we could go back to like those old days.
No, that's true. And especially right now, I was just asking more of that question to kind of just start off like a little context of our relationship and stuff. But I did want to ask, I guess like family dynamics and stuff. For me, I'm actually the youngest child in my family. You're the oldest.
I am.
So it's literally like complete switch arounds in the sense of responsibilities.
Yes.
What's your take on that? Like, do you really believe the whole thing of like older siblings are more responsible or?
So I wouldn't say that because not only my parents, maybe now, maybe at this age, yes, because I guess I have to be that role model for both of my little younger brothers and the twins, my cousins. Yeah. So maybe now that I'm older, it's like, well, you already finished college. Maybe it's like, talk to them. Like, that way they could go to college or they want to go, like, continue their education. But I think when I was younger, they really didn't put that responsibility on me, which I'm extremely grateful. They did so many things for me that I didn't have to do, which I should have. I should have done. I mean, maybe it's different from the side of my mom and the side of my dad. So my dad, they did want to have that responsibility, like my grandparents, especially my grandma. She did have that mentality of like back then, like, oh, you're a woman, you have to cook, you have to clean. At the age of 10, she already wanted me to do that, which I mean, maybe it would have been good for me. Maybe I would have learned earlier. But the idea of her was not for me to learn for myself. It was for me to learn so I can, whenever when I would get married. And with my grandma, on my mom's side, it was more like, no, like, if we could do this for you, then you don't have to do it. Like, if we're able to have a solution for you, you do not have to worry about it. So I think that helped me so much. Like, I always had their support, not only from them, also from my grandpas, my grandparents' side, from my dad. Like, they've been super, super nice, like super supportive. But I mean, both had a very different type of mindsets.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I think it just also shifts into the whole thing of like Mexican, like I guess like machismo culture, but like for like women. Whereas like you're kind of put in the responsibility already, whether you were the oldest or not. So it's like a lot of responsibility. So I just wanted to kind of hear your perspective on it. But I'm glad that there was a lot of familial support. I'm so sorry. I'm very bad with diction, as you can tell. But thank you for that, by the way. But I did want to now talk into you going to Mexico. So your family, and I guess you could say not jealous, but I wish my family would go to Mexico a lot more, and your family so does. So you would literally go to Mexico every single weekend up until most recently you stopped due to work. But how was that growing up?
So honestly, I guess when I was younger, I didn't really like it that much, just because, I mean, I would go to school here and all my friends would be here. And over there, yes, I had my cousins, but they had their own little group of friends. It was they would include me, but they weren't my friends. You know? So it was a little bit hard because I couldn't be in sports. Like, I mean, you guys were always in sports, you and Gerald. Like, I couldn't be in them. And it was like, you leave Friday, we come back Sunday. It's like every single weekend. I think ever, like, since I was born, it was always the same thing. Back then, I wasn't grateful for that because, I mean, I just wanted to be here. But now that I'm older, I am more than grateful that they did that for me. And I still like to go. Especially, I think one of the most important things that helped me was for my Spanish. I think my parents never let me speak Spanish. I mean, English at the house. So it was always Spanish. And then going to Mexico, just speaking with my grandparents, speaking with anyone that was over there, it was just like straight up Spanish. So that helped me like so much. And then just English here. So I think that was like a lot that, I mean, I'm grateful for my mom and my dad that they never, like, not tradition, but like the thing, like going every weekend, like, even though there was like a lot of things that happened to us that shouldn't have happened, like because of the whole crimes and all these things, I mean, we kept on going. But now that I'm older, I mean, my boyfriend's over there, my grandparents, my parents soon may be over there. I would love to go every weekend. Even if I get married, if I have kids, I would want that to pass on to them. So
no, I think it is very fun because I think I would look at it in a perspective. Well, like, I mean, not everything that happened because I know there were some issues on the road, but I think just in general of I felt like you're living that Hannah Montana lifestyle.
Yeah, you always say that.
I always say that because it's true. Like, literally, I feel like you could have had a separate phone number too. Like, in the sense of, like, your contacts over there and over here. But I felt like that still influenced you a lot in the sense of, I don't know, I think ready for the world, because not everyone's ready to travel so much. Because whether it's like a 4-hour drive or not, that's still a lot for you growing up.
Yeah,
and I think like I think of it in the perspective of like those rich kids that travel a lot. I'm not saying you're like rich or whatever, and you're like those spoiled kids.
I'm poor.
But it's still one of those things where you're kind of it's a lot to process.
Yeah. No, and you know what? Even though certain things happen like on the road as well, my parents never really put that fear in me.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I go by myself and like it is risky.
Yeah.
But I would not stop going. Like, you know, like I would never stop going. Honestly, it's like what I feel is I'm working Monday through Friday here. Once I go to Mexico, I am like stress free.
Yeah.
I mean, you go, whenever we go, like we go
I'm
to
so
the river.
happy.
Yeah,
I'm
dude,
literally so happy.
You are so happy.
Yeah.
Like we go to the river.
Yeah.
We can be with our family. We can go to vamos a la esquina por un elote. O sea, todo está muy bien. But like it's like the reality hits. You have to come back Sunday.
Yeah.
You worked on Monday, and it's like wow, like it really does.
I feel like it makes you appreciate life more.
Yes, dude, it does, honestly, because like it may not be like the prettiest, like okay, we don't live in Monterrey, we live close to there, but like we have so many things to do, and like we don't things that we don't have here.
Yeah.
So I up to this day I am more than grateful that my parents did involve me and like would take me, and I would love to do that with my children if whenever that comes around.
I think it's for sure like an experience thing.
Yeah.
Because I whether you realize it or not, growing up, and you said it yourself, how you took it for granted sort of deal.
Yeah.
It's still just a beautiful morning because you would still see the mountains and stuff, and like I don't know, just like it being a walkable city in a sense.
Yeah.
Of like you could have literally gone walking to like I don't know to go get some food or something.
Yeah, dude.
And here in the valley, it's not really set up like that. If you were to walk the streets, you'd probably get run over or robbed.
Yeah.
So like that's the thing.
You don't see a lot of people walking to places here. Like over
Well, it's
there,
not a walkable city.
it's not. Like over there, you do. I mean, if it's so close, you might as well just walk instead of driving.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't go this weekend, but I'm going soon.
Yeah.
But no, like, and I think you also enjoy when you go and sometimes the weekend isn't even enough.
Yeah, no, it's not. I think for us when we were little, we would go like literally weeks or 2 weeks because we would go to the ranch, kind of explore. But that's why for Christmas, which was my other cousin who was supposed to be here, his family has a ranch over there. And I think it's so fun because when we do Christmas over there, it's literally so healing, like my inner child, because it's like everyone gets together. And it does remind me of times like when we had that Easter, because it's when everyone was together. Because back then my other cousin, like his family was one that was always hosting Christmas. So that's kind of the like that's why I love it. Like it feels very cozy vibes to me. I guess you could say like homey. Yeah. But I guess still on the topic of Mexico, I did want to talk about one Christmas ago or a few Christmases ago.
Oh my God.
So this was a time when I was actually really going through it. Like I was going through it. Like, you know, when everyone's like, not their spiritual awakening, but in that moment, I swore the spirits are waking me up. So I had gone to Mexico City, just a little bit of context. I had gotten this black bracelet. What's it called? Obsidian. And they said obsidian, when you put on that bracelet, it kind of like switches your life upside down. I then came back from Mexico City and I stayed in Mexico with her. I had stayed at her house and her family was celebrating Christmas and I overdrank. So the reason why I bring this up is like, what was your like, what did you think of me in that time? Like, damn, this kid needs some help? Or like, were you like, oh no, like let him have his fun? Like,
no, dude, I mean, I think we all go through that once in our life. I mean, plus you were like in a safe place. My parents were there, my grandma, we were there. So in case, I mean, nothing would have had happened, but in case it was, like, I mean, there's maybe we weren't in the same mindset. Like, at least my parents were there. We would have rushed you to the hospital. Something happens, right? But, I mean, you looked like you were having a very good time. We were all having a very good time. And I think I also didn't want to kill that vibe because it had been so long since we ever celebrated Christmas together. Yeah. So I was like, wow, like even though this is happening, you seem like you're enjoying. We were all enjoying together. So I was like, might as well just enjoy it like while it lasts, because it maybe it will happen again, but it may not be soon, you know? Yeah. Because like you have your own family. Gerald has his own family that they will spend, or maybe you guys will spend it together, but I won't be here, you know? I'll be in Mexico. So I was like, no, like we were having such a good time.
Yeah.
Why ruin it? Like,
Yeah.
you were fine. You were honestly fine. You were drunk.
Yeah.
Yes, but you were fine. Like, you weren't humiliating yourself. You weren't doing anything wrong. You were just enjoying the night.
Yeah, and the reason why I even brought it up was because it's Christmas, those vibes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just really did like how your family was together, and I think it was triggering old memories of like when all of us were together, when all our families were combined. Because I never realized it, but you guys were there in those Christmases when our other cousin would host
at their
Christmas
house
too, and I didn't even realize that. But like, it's just so fun. So I brought it up because one, that was very embarrassing, and two, it did remind me of times when we were younger and stuff, and like just celebrating Christmas together. But I am glad you did go to Mexico and enjoy your childhood there, because I don't know, it is something you could tell stories about later on.
Yeah, of course.
Just something to reminisce about. So I'm glad you did go. But I did want to start talking about traveling. So apart from Mexico, I know you do go to Mexico a lot. So I personally, and I'm sure you probably wouldn't consider it like a place you travel to, because it's like pretty much an everyday thing. Yeah. It's like a norm. What would be your dream place to travel to?
Well, right now, and I talked to my mom because I honestly want to travel just with my parents. But if it's not with my parents, hopefully with my boyfriend. I've been wanting to go to Europe. Yeah. But not just like a 1 week. No, I've been wanting to go for a month. I want to go to like Spain. I want to go to Amsterdam, Germany, Scotland. What is it? Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland.
Like all these places. Like, I mean, not only that, and I think we've also talked about going to Thailand.
Yeah.
So there's like a lot of places. I think it's Europe, Thailand, and Hawaii, because Marco wants to go to Hawaii. So like those three things, like hopefully we're able to go, honestly.
Yeah.
Because we have not had one cousin's trip, okay?
Yeah.
We have not.
Literally not. And it's on them, actually. So
yeah,
I don't know
it is
why
on
she's
me.
like kind of like getting mad, because
okay.
I'm the one who's always down, actually.
First of all, we are broke, okay?
I'll make it happen, girl.
First of all, he wanted to go to see Billie Eilish. We have
and
not that.
I didn't buy tickets, so that's not going to happen. But point is, this girl went on 2 trips already. And I don't know where the fuck that money came from, but
I don't know where it came from either.
You know what? The point is, since we're talking about travel and stuff, how did you even make those trips? Like, we're over here trying to make a freaking cousin trip, and you did random trips.
Honestly, well, this year I am even surprised. I went to 3 actually, because I went to Colorado, Cancun, and then Vegas. So Colorado, my dad was working over there, so we drove. Yeah. And then we stayed where he was staying. Actually, we rented an Airbnb. It was just for spring break. Honestly, if you guys have not been there, I would 100% recommend. It was so nice. It snowed.
Colorado, Denver.
Yeah, we visited Denver. We did go to Denver, but I stayed in Pueblo, Colorado.
Okay. And it snowed in spring break?
Yeah, it snowed. Wow. I went in March, so it did snow. I didn't go skiing. That's the only thing. It was a little bit far from where we were at, but I would go again, no doubt. Like, honestly, I had never seen snow like that, so I would recommend that. There, I didn't spend anything. Since we were visiting my dad paid for that. But for Cancun, I did go on a trip with my best friend to Cancun. That one, we did fly from Monterrey, so that was not that expensive. I think our ticket was like $120.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we did plan a year in advance.
Yeah.
So we bought the tickets, that way we couldn't back down.
Yeah.
Like, we bought the tickets, and then our Airbnb was pretty cheap. It was like $200 each, so it wasn't that bad. I think overall for 6 days we spent like $1,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, including like the airplane and the Airbnb and food and everything. I want to maybe 1,500, including like everything. So it was pretty good, honestly. I had already been. I went with her because she hadn't been, and I would love to go again with her. Like, we hadn't been on a trip together. Like, I would love to go again before she gets married. And then for Vegas, it was the first trip that I ever took with my mom and my aunt without like their my dad and her husband. So I really enjoyed that. Like, I had never been on a trip with my mom, so I felt like it was very meaningful.
Yeah.
We didn't argue, which was crazy. And also my best friend went, so it was really nice. That one we also planned ahead. We bought the tickets. Actually, that one we planned it in 3 months. Oh, yeah, wow. My aunt did everything. We paid like everything. So if you guys have been to Vegas, or if you ever want to go to Vegas, I wouldn't recommend that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's very overpriced.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, I feel like it was very overpriced for just another city in the US. But go. I would if you want to go, at least go once. So like que no te cuenten. Sí. Yeah. So it's like it's something very different. It's not something you see here, but I wouldn't go again.
Yeah.
Like I would not go again. Because I in my mind I was like, oh, I'm gonna come back with like $1,000. I spent $60 and I did not want to play anymore.
No. Yeah.
But yeah.
And then the clubs over there in Las Vegas, how was that? Like, because I feel...
Like, the casinos or like
the actual clubs. Like, how would you go in?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't go to clubs.
No one approached you? Like...
Oh, like you mean
people were, like, trying to, like...
well, not
go to
our
club.
Not for that. Well, honestly, I don't know. Because I didn't really pay attention. It was just, like, those girls that were almost naked that wanted to take a picture. But, like, I mean, it's if you want to take a picture or not. Yeah. But anything else, like... No, you just really just ignore them and you just do your own thing. Yeah. Everyone's like literally in like their own world, like just trying to do whatever. So yeah, dude, and it's weird because, you don't feel like unsafe. Like everyone's there, like literally everyone is just walking. Like no one. It's barely anyone. I didn't see a lot of people driving. Yeah. Everyone's walking, so it's like no one could really happen to you there because everyone will see. But yeah, I think the only time I would go again is if my dad wants to go or if my boyfriend wants to go. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, we do got to make a cousin trip because it's for sure one of those things where I think it would just like unite us more. Yeah. But also, I did kind of do a cousin trip with my other cousins, kind of, but I was the one hosting everything. Not hosting, but like running everything. When I go to Mexico City. Girl, that was the worst. So it better not be like that with us. So
yeah, I didn't go to that. Why didn't I go to that one?
I don't know. We did tell you about.
Oh, my dad didn't let me. He said I had to save money. Oh. And then look at me.
No, yeah, I do remember that. And now you're traveling alone, so.
Yeah, I would honestly, I would love to go. I think we just need to plan like ahead that way I could save money.
That's true. Also, I guess like just kind of going into a different topic. What is your favorite artist right now? Because didn't you go see Trevor Wang, or what's his name? The country artist?
Luke Combs.
Luke Combs. So that's something I would have never expected from you. Yeah. Of going to like country. Because girl, you do not seem like a country person.
So, I think he's one of my favorite country artists. Mm-hmm. I sobbed. Like, I had been wanting to buy tickets for the longest time. I was never able to find them because it would like sell out super fast. So that one, I wasn't like making that much money because I was a work study at UTRGV. So I was like, with whatever I had, I was able to afford the ticket, and I rented a car with my other friend, and we drove. We left at 4 a.m, and I drove that day. We got the hotel, everything got ready, and we left. But I don't know, actually. I don't have like, I think it's just been like Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen or Wallace. Yeah. I don't remember.
Morgan Wallace.
And I think that's it. I think I've been listening more to country.
That's crazy.
Right now.
I can't, like, I could dance every single thing, but I cannot listen to country at all.
I don't know how to dance, though. I don't know how to dance country.
Oh, but Mexican. Well, you know how to dance?
Yeah.
Mexican music. I thought that sounded offensive.
Cumbias or like thing, yeah. Not the best, because I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm not the best, but I do want to learn better.
Would you want a country song for your wedding?
No.
What?
I don't want to.
So you would want to keep it Mexican?
Yes. Like, my wedding will be 100% Mexican. I mean, Marco likes some of, like, the...
Marco's is her boyfriend
Yes, now. Marco's my boyfriend. I love you.
To propose soon, maybe?
Please. Please.
I actually have high hopes for her that she's going to get proposed soon. So this podcast is marking that. Hopefully
it's manifesting.
It's manifesting, yeah. It's manifesting that it's happening very soon. I know when. I played. I know. That's my brujo powers.
Hopefully. So he doesn't like country, but he will listen to. Yeah. I think he likes the songs that I will play. Yeah. But I think I like more of like his songs, like let me see what song I was listening to. Honestly, I think I was listening to a song that I want to dance at my wedding.
Yeah, but still, I guess like talking about the whole wedding topic and like romance. I had asked my other host already. I mean, my other guest, Luisa. But what would be some advice when it comes to finding love? Because, like, for you, like, what... I guess, like, not advice, but, like, what do you think made you think he's the one?
Oh, dude, like... Well, Marco and I met when we were 15. Okay. Like, I mean, because of... I think it was, like wrong timing when we met.
Yeah.
We were friends at first, and then
That's literally what my other friend just
Yeah.
said. But the other guest, literally, Lisa just said the same thing, that it was wrong timing.
Yeah,
At first, and then like y'all reunited later
yes,
on.
like we did. Maybe we were like too young. We weren't mature enough. We both dated other people.
Yeah.
We reunited. I think I was about to turn 20. I'm 23 right now. We're about to be 3 years. But dude, I mean, for my previous relationship, worst thing ever. But Marco just changed everything. Like from opening the door for the car, never experienced that before.
Yeah.
And that was the first. We weren't even dating at that time.
Yeah.
That was the first thing he ever did, and that I was so shocked.
Yeah.
So shocked by that. I got home and I told my parents, and I started crying. That's how I knew he was on.
Like just,
we weren't even dating.
Yeah.
We weren't even dating, and I had already like started to fall in love with him. And damn, you're gonna get me crying here.
Girl, well, this is manifesting your wedding. So.
No, like Marco is such an amazing person. Marco is such an amazing guy. I mean, look where he's at right now. He's working to provide, to provide for both of us, for a better future for both of us. I mean, I have nothing but good things to say about him, because he's proven to himself, not only with words but with his actions, that he is gonna be, that he is a very good person, that he is a very good boyfriend, and hopefully he will be a very good husband and a father. So I mean, whenever you're looking to date someone, just realize that you're choosing the father for your kids. Like that's very important.
Especially I think looking at it in the perspective, I mean, acting like if I've been in a relationship. No, but I think for me, like I would never get in a relationship if I'd be embarrassed to introduce them to anyone.
Yes.
And I think that's a big thing to, like, piggybacking off of, like, it could be the father of your children soon. So I don't know. I was just asking because I think everyone knows I'm a hopeless romantic. But still, just maybe some good advice there for people that might want to be in a relationship.
Yeah, no, like, don't think that because you have one bad relationship, every single one of them is going to be bad. There's very good people out there. Don't give up. He was able to see how both of my relationships were, and the first one was very bad, but Marco gets along with them so much. And I think my parents also realized how this guy really, like, my boyfriend really loved me, because I mean, Marco's done things for me that I don't even have to ask. Yeah. And like I will be over there with like the little hard eyes in my eyes. I'm like, wow, like this man is like so amazing.
It's the small things that make a big
dude.
difference.
Honestly, it is like I was saying, like opening the door, like what the fuck, like I didn't even know that could happen. Like I didn't know guys were still able to do that. Like I didn't even have to ask for flowers, and this man takes flowers for me. Yeah. Even for my birthday, he wasn't there for my birthday, and he still brought flowers for me. So, like, it's, like, the small little things. And, I mean, I don't even ask him for anything, but just for him to be present, to be, like, honestly, he was able to make me, like, change how to communicate better, because I was not that good. Like, I would want to fight all the time, but because I guess trauma, I guess. So, like, my communication skills changed because of him. I am a better person. I want to be a better person, obviously. And I was able to love myself. I didn't know, like, he taught me how much I am worth. And I didn't know that. Like, you know, like, people can bring you down so much, and they can manipulate you in, like, a very, like, very bad, honestly. And this guy just, like... Changed everything. Yeah. So I am deeply in love with him.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like, it's because I was actually kind of hoping a different response, because Luisa literally just said the same thing. So I was just like, what the hell? Because, like, she previously was in a relationship where it kind of does feel like, is this really it? Like, you kind of just give up hope sort of deal. So that's why I'm glad that there's still some hope out there. I think for everyone, just in general.
There is, and we always tell Matthew, like, you just, I guess, whenever you are in that, like, part of your life where you're like, oh, I don't want anything. Yeah. That's when you find someone. Because that's what happened. That's what happened when I found Marco. Like, when I...
Girl, I've been like that for 2 months, so...
Wait, that's the thing. Like, just don't think about it. Dude, right now, enjoy your life. You're doing this podcast, which is great. I mean, you love doing this. Yeah, but, I mean, travel. Go by yourself. Find new friends. Like, what I want to say is... right now that you're single, just appreciate the little things, because once you're in a relationship, like everything changes, yes, but you also have to stop thinking just about yourself. You have to start thinking about, like, are my actions gonna affect the other individual? Like, things change.
Girl, that's hard for me. Because I'm very stubborn. I'm one of those people that have commitment issues for sure. Like, literally, I will stop talking to someone or block them if there's like any inconvenience, and that's for sure my red flag. Like, if I stop talking to you, like, I kind of will not give an explanation for sure. Like, I would just like, I rather ghost because I hate confrontation so much. But that is a different approach I should probably take. But it's because I get myself in those situations where it's just like, I shouldn't have started that.
But not all the guys that he's talked to are very good.
Yeah, that's true. So whoever's out there, and I'm playing. But no, I'm not. I'm self-partnered now. That's what Sam Smith came out with, that he's self-partnered now. And I will now classify that as, because he did say he's not single. He made a public statement the other day, and he was just saying how he would just say he's married to himself. And I said that myself, if I'm not married by 30 years old, I'm going to make a big wedding for myself. Or maybe just like a big 30th party.
Okay.
Like, I don't care. Like, I would want a celebration, because I would want a wedding. Like, I really would.
No, dude,
so
I know you do. You showed me.
I have a whole folder on TikTok. I'm just saying.
No, but dude, you will. Like, and you know what? In case you don't, but I'm pretty sure you will. In case you don't, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, it's just you.
I think also, like, and I tell that a lot to people when they start feeling sad that they're single and stuff, and I'm just like, or that they don't have kids yet. I'm just like, girl, my sister's 30. She barely got married, and she's barely having her kid. And there's people that even start off even later, like Trisha Paytas, for example. She's like one of the podcasters I love the most, and I watch her forever. She was literally like an OnlyFans person. She literally used to be a drug addict, and now she's 34. She's married now. She now has kids, and this all happened in the span of 2 years. So like, everyone does run on their own time, and even in school. So I am glad you bring that up. But I guess my last question is gonna be for Christmas related questions. What would be your dream gift? Like, what do you think? And don't say family, girl. Don't be that cringy. No, but for real. What would be like a dream gift for you? Like, maybe, like, think you were like the richest person in the world.
A house.
A house?
Like, I'm the richest person?
Like, richest person in the world. It's like, well, like, I mean, like, well, no, maybe not richest, because if you were rich, you would have had everything.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
wouldn't be here.
Ask for. She's like, I'm doing charity work right now. But it would be a house then? Like,
yeah, dude. I mean, honestly, I think it would be like apartments and like something that I can make money off of.
That's true. That's a good take on it.
Yeah.
Any last words you would want to give to the podcast? Anyone watching about yourself?
Follow his channel, dude. He has very good content. He's an amazing person.
Thank you. I try my best. Anything else you would want to add? Maybe Christmas related questions, anything controversial going on?
Enjoy your family while they're alive.
That is true.
Enjoy all the little things, all the little moments, because one day they will all be gone, unfortunately, and you will miss them. So just enjoy every little bit, every little moment, and every little bit you have with them, and cherish that. Yeah,
I think we did learn our lesson in this. Well, not learn our lesson. Like, I think we made use of time. But we did have kind of a lot of debts in the family. Yeah, dude. Like, kind of like, now that you brought that up, I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, his grandma passed away.
Your grandma
passed away. Yeah, we shouldn't be laughing about this.
No, but it's we're laughing because of how crazy it was.
Yeah, no, but like, I mean, it was very unfortunate. It wasn't something that we thought would happen, honestly.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you know, God's plans, that was God's plan, but, I mean, it happened, but it is funny that it is that was the part that his grandma passed away and then mine. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying, like, cherish every moment you have with them, because you don't know when it's going to be your last.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story, our family dynamic. I hope y'all got to learn a lot more about Alani herself, and just everything that's coming soon. Hopefully a marriage. Hopefully a wedding coming soon.
I've been waiting,
but a lot of good things for her coming, I hope.
Thank you for
But thank you so much for joining the podcast, and thank you to everyone who made it to the very end. I do appreciate everyone. There is a lot still of videos coming up, so if you're not following me yet, make sure to follow me, of course.
Yes.
And make sure to follow Alani. She's private, but maybe she'll add you in if she wants.
Maybe.
No, but this is literally the topic I was talking about Luisa the other day. But I hope y'all did enjoy and are enjoying Matdog's Christmas. But this is going to end off today's episode of Matdog's podcast. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Awesome.